Hi everyone, in this video I will demonstrate the mirror command. Mirroring is the process of creating reverse images of entities by reflecting them symmetrically with respect to a defined axis. This is often the coordinate system, x or y axis, but Mastercam offers several other ways to define the mirror axis. These are the mirror axis options available in Mastercam. You can mirror the geometry about the x-axis, which, as you could see, flips the part up and down about the x-axis. You can also mirror the part about the y-axis, which flips the part left to right or right to left. Another option is x and y axis. You can flip the part up and down and left to right. Angle option allows you to flip the part about a line that starts at the origin and has a specified angle. And the last option is mirror the part about a vector that flips the part about any vector in the drawing. Next, let's check mirror command in Mastercam. Mirror Mastercam file is already open. To start the command, I have to select the Transform tab, and you will see Mirror command in the Position group. I'm selecting it. And for the upper shape, I will select the entities using a window selection. By default, the system is in window selection. If you just click somewhere on one corner and then drag the cursor to the opposite corner, you can see how the entire geometry can be selected like this. Going to clear selection. Sometimes, because the system automatically snaps to one entity selection, it is harder to select the geometry using window. To force a window selection, you can also hold down the Control key and then release, and then just drag the cursor around the shape that you want to include in the window. And again, a click to select it. The entities are selected. The next step will be to finish the selection. You can do that by either clicking on End Selection button or by pressing the Enter key. I'm going to select End Selection. And you can see there are different methods available for mirror command. You have the option to copy, move, or join the original entities of the drawing. I'm going to leave the method to copy, which is the most commonly used, and the axis is by default set up to x-axis. And you can see a preview of the mirror command already in the graphics window. I'm just going to select mirror about y-axis just to kind of demonstrate that option 2. Remember that will mirror the geometry about the y-axis. In our case, we want to select x and y-axis to create the geometry in one selection. OK, and create new operations to stay in the same command, or you can press Enter. Again, you are prompted to select the entities to mirror. In this example, I'm going to mirror the geometry about a vector, which in our case is this line. To select the geometry, I am going to use the chaining selection. Holding down the Shift key and selecting one entity will select all the other entities that are connected with the entity that you selected. Again, I'm still holding down the Shift key and I select this arc, and you will see all the other entities that are forming a chain are selected. And selection to continue with the command, or you can press enter. And because by default we had that X and Y axis enabled, this is the result, I am going to enable, in this case, vector, and click on the select vector button and select the line. The geometry will be mirror about that line. I am going to stay in the same command, OK, and create new operations. To select the geometry, I can use either window or chain option. I'm just going to hold down the Shift key and use the chaining option and select the two chains and selection. And in this case, I don't have a line already created, so I am going to still use vector. And instead of picking a line, I'm going to pick endpoints along the diagonal of this geometry. Could be any combination of the 2 points. The geometry will be created automatically for me. This concludes the video on mirror command.